Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's Friday, April 4. Hard to believe it's April already. But this is our bi-weekly Friday afternoon Q&A meeting and resource training, whatever, for our strategic partners. And so today, I'm going to present a little bit on some tools that are easily available, accessible, that you can use to learn more about our program and also to share. So let me turn this share on here. Okay, so the first thing I want to share with everybody is our aspirationalhealthcare.com website. Aspirational healthcare is the model of healthcare that we implement for companies to help them save half the cost of traditional healthcare and provide better healthcare that their employees love. And at the top menu, there's this link called Media. And I'm just going to point out some of the resources here on the media page. These first three, the Black Letter podcast, these are great. I really like this one, the best healthcare system in the world. And this is where Daryl, who's our lead consultant at Premier Alignment, describes a little bit about how he discovered aspirational healthcare and why it is the best healthcare system in the world, even though hardly anybody knows about it. It's the only healthcare system in the world that's received the Presidential Malcolm Baldrige Award twice. And anyway, Daryl does a great job explaining about that. So that's a good video to watch. And I'll put links to these in our email as well after the meeting so you all can click through to these. And there's a Forbes article here. Daryl is a Forbes contributor. So this is on Forbes.com, and it's called, here, I'll make it larger so you can see it. How CEOs Can Align the Healthcare System to Work for Their Employees. So this is written by Daryl Moon, Forbes Council member. But this is a great read, and it's not very long. You can read it in a couple minutes. And it's a great article to share with any business owners or business leaders, CEOs in particular, or CFOs. So I recommend that you read that and then also share it with others. And then there's the Broker's Voice broadcast, or I think it's a podcast. And this is good as well. So a lot of these are interviews that Daryl has done with podcasters and or other individuals. And so this is great. It's under, like I say, it's under the media link, but there's also a link here called podcasts. And these are podcasts that the Orient team has published. Orient is our parent company, and Aspirational Healthcare has several podcasts on this page that are great. It's good for you guys to learn about our model of healthcare. As you have time, watch one of these, subscribe to the podcast. But also they're great to share with other people that are prospective clients. So I just wanted to point you to this resource. Again, it's aspirationalhealthcare.com. And I'll put that link in the email afterwards. The other thing that I want to share with you is a flyer that I've been putting together. And I'm going to call the flyer, the name of the document, We Are Changing Healthcare. And I'll just go through it quick, but I'm not going to do a presentation of it because I actually made a video of this, which I'll share with you as well. And that way you can listen to it on your own time. But let me just flip through a couple pages of the flyer. So better healthcare, happier employees, half the cost. And we're changing healthcare because we're implementing a healthcare that employees love and that saves companies half the cost of traditional healthcare. And then why healthcare should be a strategy instead of a purchase. When you look at healthcare as a strategy, then there's more layers to the onion to peel. And that's what we want people to understand, is that there's a lot of options for how you implement a healthcare benefit for your employees. And the way to get the benefits that the employees like the best, that cost the least, is with a consultant, and that would be Daryl, our CEO. So anyway, and then this slide compares the traditional approach, which is the purchase approach, with the consultant approach. And a couple key points here that I just want to point out, and again, I highlight these in the video that I made, but I want this to be top on your mind. With the traditional process, generally the CEO is not very engaged in the decision making for the shopping of healthcare. Yet he's the company's chief negotiator. And so if anybody's going to help the company save money on their purchase of healthcare, it should be the CEO, but they're usually not that engaged with healthcare. They've given it over to HR or sometimes to the company's CFO. But the problem is that when the CEO is not in the loop and not negotiating, he misses an opportunity, or she does, to save 50% on healthcare. So that's really key. You can read through this or watch my video later in more detail. But the other side of the page is with the consultant approach. And this is where the consultant works with the broker and with the executive team and provides industry experience and advises. So we're not selling insurance, we're not a broker. So the company still needs their broker, or we can provide a broker, but we're not a broker. But we advise, and so we're an independent or nonpartisan advisor or consultant. And this gives us a chance to challenge the process, challenge the benefits, challenge the costs, which doesn't normally happen in healthcare purchasing negotiations. So we work with the CEO and his team and with the broker. And the result is that we get the cost way down, and employees have more options, more choices. And oftentimes they don't even have any copays, deductibles, or premiums. So healthcare becomes free for employees. And that's really up to the client, what they want to structure their healthcare as. We bring the options, they get to choose, but a lot of times it'll be that the employees basically get the healthcare completely paid for by their employer because it's affordable for the employer to do that. And with that, it's a huge benefit that can help the company attract and retain top talent. And then this slide, how do we do it? This explains how it's possible. And again, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but let me just highlight a couple things. Brokers present options where brokers earn money. And healthcare is aligned against companies and their employees. So we solve both of those things. The broker still gets paid, but not necessarily by the big insurance companies. He or she still gets paid, and we leverage all these wonderful other innovations that the brokers are not going to bring to the table because the brokers don't get paid for them. But as consultants, we want our clients to leverage these other options. And again, the broker then gets rewarded as he or she helps the CEO achieve their goals that they've set out for healthcare. And then in the last slide of the flyer is an invitation to have a free strategy session. And when they go to the website, the link in the PDF, they can click on it, but I'll write out a URL that'll go here. So I'm going to revise this page a little bit. When they click on it, they'll go to my calendar. And so they'll meet with me, and I'll be asking them who referred them. So if they end up scheduling a meeting with me without you knowing, because you gave them the flyer, I'll be doing my best to find out that it was you so that you get credit for it. Of course, it's always best to have a personal introduction from you. Anyway, just want you to know that there's also this pathway where they can schedule a meeting, and we'll find out that you referred them to us. Okay, so that's the flyer. Now I want to show you where the video is. This is our Premier Alignment YouTube channel, and we have quite a few playlists. We have playlists that are oriented towards CEOs. We have a playlist that talks about the benefits to employees. And we have a playlist with all of our recordings of these meetings. I just started this playlist called Premier Alignment Consulting. And when you go to this playlist, there's just this one video here, and it's called Let's Change Healthcare. It's 8.5 minutes long, and it's me talking about this flyer that I just showed you. And this is a video that you can forward to anybody that you know that might be interested in what we have to offer. I'll send this link to this video in the email today. and I encourage you to watch it so that you're familiar with the concepts of why a company needs to have a healthcare consultant. The important concept is that companies need to have someone other than their broker to watch out for their interests. And that's what we do. And not only that, but we actually help them implement a model of aspirational healthcare that gives the employees lots more flexibility, cuts the cost way down, and the broker can still get paid. But companies need to know that they have more options than what their brokers are telling them. So hopefully this is helpful. Take advantage of these resources and let me know if these resources are if they're on target for resonating with the people that you talk with. And if not, give me some feedback because I'll put together some other resources that are more on target if I can get your feedback. Alrighty, and that's all I had prepared today. So I hope that everyone has a great weekend and a great month. We meet again in 2 weeks. That will be April 18th. So thanks a lot for your time and have a fantastic day.